So today with us on Stool Talk, we have with us music, icon, education, great father, one who been in the game for a long time, writer, producer. You hear his name, you hear about the rappers that's in Toledo that's make great music, but then relocating and still excelling at the top of his game. We have with us top two, Terrell Casey. How you doing today?
What up? What up? What up? How you doing, G? How you doing?
Good, man. Tell us what you got going on, man. How everything been out that way? It's warm down there.
Oh man, listen, the weather never upsets. You feel me? So it's gonna be, for sure it's gonna be warm over here.
Yeah,
Man, to be honest, man, I love it, man. Cali is nice. It's not, it's definitely different than Ohio. As far as just the season, you know what I'm saying. But the people is different too. They're a little more receptive to, to different ideas. You know what I'm saying? In Toledo, it's like, yo, you rock this way. Anything else, we ain't really messing with it. Out here, you kind of, you can kind of broaden your horizon and kind of open yourself up to new experiences out here.
yeah. And one reason I started this was to spotlight people, showing them the different career paths and seeing that it's somebody that came from where we came from, that look like you, that's involved with the same, whether it's music, whether it's work, whether it's athletics, that let them see that you can make it, to let them be a visual, your journey, your accomplishment, your achievement, to be a visual look for the youth and for just people that might not know how to go. How did this journey with music get started for you?
Um, Man, to be honest, man, I fell in love with music early. Like, I used to listen to music and and I used to get like a certain feeling from it. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, like I want to give that to people. So that was the beginning of it. And then I started to dibble and dabble a little bit with one of my homies back in the projects. His name was Lil V. He had like a karaoke, man. And so we would like, experiment with sounds and beats and stuff. And we'd record from one karaoke to the next one and stack it like that. That was our studio,
Yeah,
back when I was like 9, 10, 11. So we would do that. And I kind of honed in on my skills, and everybody kind of recognized like, yo, like first I was a singer and they like, yo, you can sing. But then he needed, features from rappers and wasn't nobody really rapping our age. So he's like, yo, just write something. I started writing raps and he like, yo, you actually dope at that too. Like you might as well do both. So I
yeah.
started doing that, man. And I was producing the beats at that time. But it started in the projects, man. It started in the McClendon projects, man. Shout out to all my Know Your Boys, man. Everybody, Brick City, everybody from the projects, man. That's definitely where I hone my skills at, though. That's where it started.
Tano over there, man. I used
Yeah,
to hoop with him, man. He used to hoop with him. When you say V, you talking about Vincent Short Cocky used to play football?
yeah. Vincent
Yeah,
Greer, you feel
yeah,
me? Young grind, you feel me? That's my
yeah.
bro, you feel me? So yeah. So we started, man. Me and him, man. We started, man. We started the Capone. We started a little clique on the South Side called the Capone family, and a lot of people don't know, like that's where Stink Bomb got his first start. I remember he had just got out of DYS, man. He got out of jail with some bars, and me and Vince was already doing our thing on the karaoke. He came over and was spitting. So at that time, his name was Homicide. You feel me? So we had a group with a lot of South Side cats on there. You know what I mean? We also had Ron was in our group, right? We had Nook the Crook Mirror in our group, right? We had a lot of them heavy hitters on the South
Yeah.
Side in our group. And we was called the Capone family, you feel me? And I was the producer. We also had Sticky Fingers, you know what I'm saying? Scotty G, that's V cousin. He was on the producing tip with me. So we started there. My passion for music really just was like, yo, I love it. I love every aspect of it, the singing, the rapping, the producing, the recording. And so that's where I was like, you know what? I want to pursue this.
Yeah, yeah. You grew up on the South Side. What does that South Side pride look like? Sticking together, working hard, getting it out the mud, being together as a unit, as a family. What does that mean about? Can you speak on that?
Man, listen, man, Southside pride, Southside unity. A lot of people don't understand. Like when you from the South, it's a brotherhood for real. Like I didn't experience, like I didn't been on the North, I didn't been on different sides of town. Shout out to everybody on different sides of town. You know what I'm saying? All love. But on the South, I feel like it's a brotherhood no matter what, man. You feel me? Like you can be from whatever block, you can be from whatever, and we still got love for you. You know what I'm saying? And then, now, like I can see niggas now and like I got mad love for them. You know what I'm saying? There's times where, because I was on the North too, right off Weber, you know what I'm saying, off LaGrange. And like I'd be cool with somebody, but then like in a different environment, they'd be different. It's like, yo, like you was just cool, you know what I'm saying, last
Yeah,
week, and now you're around these other cats, you're a whole nother. on the South, we the same 100%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we love each other and we got it out the mud and from yay high, you know what I'm saying, to here, you know. So for me, everybody that I grew up with, we brothers at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. I come out with 10 albums and they blow up and let's say I'm, selling, I'm saying, millions of copies, them still my bros. Like, come on, let's go. Let's get it. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
ain't no love lost, ain't no, I'm saying, bad blood ever with any of my Southside niggas. You feel me?
Yeah. So when did you decide, like, man, I can do something with this music? I want to take it to the next level. When did you decide that you were gonna put your all into it and really start taking it to the next level?
I'm gonna say it was just validation from like my peers, people I went to school with, family members. I wasn't really doing it serious, you know what I'm saying? But they started to see something in me that I didn't even see myself. You feel me? They like, yo, you got it for real. Like you need to focus on that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my big bro, Versatile. You feel me? Lamar Casey is his name now, but everybody know him as Sir Versatile. And he kind of let me play on his keyboard. He kind of let me, he kind of record me, show me a few different things, man, and that really was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. But everybody around me was like, yo, you got something, continue that. You need to, you know what I'm saying? You need to really, really cultivate that. So that's what I did.
Yeah. So when did the transition happen? And was it a choice or was it an option for you to move, or you just say, man, I'm gonna take this and move out of Toledo and go further with it and push this thing to the limits and see where I can go?
Man, listen, I've always been a wanderer. You feel what I'm saying? Like for me, I've always wanted more. You know what I'm saying? Some of my favorite movies is fantasy. So with that being said, like mentally, like I've always wanted more than what was in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in the projects, you know what I'm saying? Growing up in a lot of harsh environments, you know what I'm saying? And having to deal with, you know what I'm saying, the struggles and pains of poverty. Like I wanted more, you feel me? And I feel like that was going to be my way to get some more. So for me, leaving Toledo was it was an easy choice because I felt like if you do the research on anybody, I love biographies. If you watch any biographies, you know what I'm saying, reading the books, they had to leave where they was to truly get that, you know what I'm saying, that love from the people. So I said, you know what? I love Toledo. I didn't kind of, hit a ceiling, you know what I'm saying, and plateau. There's no love lost. I said, I want to bring back, you know what I'm saying, like the championship ring, man, and put everybody on. I think everybody that leaves Toledo have that mentality. But I said, I got to get out of here to make it. You feel what I'm saying? So I left, you know what I mean? And it's been some incredible things, you know what I mean? First off, I left with the military, right? That was my first time leaving Toledo. You know what I mean? I went into the Army, and I got a little taste of what is, you know what I'm saying, what it is to be like outside of Toledo. And it was good. I loved it. The people, you know what I'm saying? I felt like the love was even more. That's when I knew that people that didn't know me will support me even more than the people that do know me, you know?
Yeah. And you still got that to this day. I read a post you in there working out by yourself and you see a fan come and ask you for a picture and tell you what your music and done. That's something with being an artist, being a creative. Y'all music inspire people. Y'all music get people through the different hard times or even through a workout. They may use it to turn your music on like that. How was your transition into making the music and still pursuing and going further? Because you got multiple degrees. So it wasn't just with the music, it was with
Right.
education too. How did
Right.
you decipher, like, I'm gonna go hard with this music, but I still want to make sure most people don't be thinking about it. They get in the music, get sucked up and forget about it. But here you taking education just as important as your career. Talk to us about that for a minute.
First, I always believe that your celebrity, your artistry, anything that you get that puts you on a higher level, it should be able to translate to something that you can apply to real life. So if I'm, becoming a millionaire, but I'm also, becoming popular, I need to be able to use that to change lives in a positive way. I've always lived that way. You know what I mean? From when I was a little boy, when I was 5, 6 years old, my mom calling me Dr. Martin Luther King because I would run home from school and tell her everything that I learned that day in school, So, she'd tell her friends like, oh, that's my Dr. Martin Luther King. So I kind of took that to heart, message, to a lot of the parents if they're going to watch, like, be careful what you speak to your kids because you could speak life or you could, speak death. So my mom spoke life into me. She told me that I was her Dr. Martin Luther King. So his story, slightly became mine, you know what I'm saying, in a way. And I always knew that I wanted to be an activist. I always knew that I wanted to help people. So with that being said, I've always excelled academically. You know what I mean? It wasn't something that was hard for me to grasp. That was my escape from my reality a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? So for me, going to school was awesome. Learning new things, discovering new things about myself was awesome. But I'm going to say for me, I said, you know what? After I started doing music a lot, you know what I'm saying, I started to get further. I said, you know what, I still need to, you know, cultivate that education. I still need to kind of chase academia because that's knowledge, you know what I'm saying? That's critical thinking. So I said, you know, I need to be prepared, you know, when I do reach that level that I got something to say. You know what I mean? When I open my mouth, I'm saying something that matters, you know what I'm saying? Something with purpose. So that's why for me, music and knowledge is literally the same for me. You know what I'm saying? Music can truly change the way somebody feel and think. You know what I mean? You can listen to a song right now that'll take you back to your childhood. And in that moment, I'm talking about the sound, the smells, the feelings, everything from your childhood. You can feel that just in listening to a certain song. But I wanted that as well. You know what I'm saying? To give that to people, but I also wanted to be able to translate that over to be able to say, okay, I grasped you musically, you know what I'm saying, on that level. So let me say something of importance now that I have your attention. So for me, they both even. And I love learning, man. I love learning. Anybody that know me know I love learning. Shout out to Rico, man. Big Reek, man. One of my bros back in Toledo, man. He's always telling me, like, you was a lightweight nerd in school, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm like, man, Reek, don't play me like that. I'm like, I wasn't no nerd. You feel me? He's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you fucked with us and everything, but you was like we a nerd. You know what I mean? You did your work. You made sure that you was in class. You did what you had to do. You feel me?
Yeah. So transitioning into fatherhood. So now you got music, now you got education, now you got fatherhood. How do top two balance all of that as well as still being able to show your kids because you done been through it all. You done came up from the bottom. You done rose up. You done made it through. So all the stuff they see now, you've been through it. No, how are you able to relate it to them so they don't think that you just saying it, that you really been through it?
Man, that was tough. That was tough. You know, when you in this environment where I'm at now, you know what I'm saying? God bless, you know what I'm saying? You know, the universe and bless me. I'm in a place where, you know, my kids don't have to go through a lot of the same things that I went through on a daily basis. And so, like you said, trying to tell them like, hey, this is where I'm from. Y'all need to understand, like, I come from that. You guys got a better opportunity. And then how that translates with my music is pretty much this. My kids is first. My kids
Yeah.
is first no matter what. No, I mean, I'm talking about, I don't care what happens on this earth, but my kids are first. I would drop music, I would drop schooling, I would drop anything for my baby. So my kids are number one. With that being said, because I prioritize them so high, everything else come after. After that, I gotta say, for me, it's gonna be knowledge, right? I have knowledge is gonna stick with me forever. You know what I mean? I can lose my voice today and I can still, you know what I'm saying, think, you know, on a higher level and be a better version of myself. And then music. So, but my kid, as far as my kids go, you know, I tend to kind of take, like, whenever we go back to Toledo, you know what I mean? We'll drive around. I'll take them to different places, man, let them meet different people. I'll show them pictures, videos, different things like that. I don't think that they doubt where I come from. I think that they don't grasp, you know what I'm saying, the magnitude of the change and coming out here and the opportunities that they have versus
Yeah.
what I didn't have. I think they starting to feel it now that my son is 16 and my other son 14. My boys they like, okay, Dad, we get it. We get it. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, they might hear me talking to one of my homies on the phone and my homies will bring up something and I know they're hearing it. So for me, it's just more or less just letting them know, like, listen, I'm sacrificing a lot,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But I've done a lot to put you guys in a position where you don't have to hear gunshots every night, right? You ain't gotta, your mom ain't gotta yell, lay on the ground because there's shots everywhere, right? You ain't getting chased home every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gotta worry about gangs and all this stuff, at least not in your immediate environment. So, but my kids understand. I think they get it now. I think more or less now they get it. Before they didn't. Had definitely a deep conversation last night with my 16-year-old son, and man, he just showed a lot of maturity in the conversation, and he understood, and he wanted to take full advantage of this opportunity that he had.
That's dope. And with you being in the music, are you able to relate to the kids and say, look, this rapper is rapping about this, but he don't really live that life. Being that you live that life or you came from that, but you don't have that in your music because your music ain't shoot 'em up, bang, bang, and all that. Your music is saying something. So how are you able to allow them to know what is real music and what is just they just doing that just to get likes, sales, and whatever? Are you able to get that through to them?
Yeah, so I don't lie to my kids. I don't lie at all to my kids. I don't create a facade. I don't create a fantasy. I don't really, me personally, I don't celebrate Christmas. I can never bring myself to lie to my kids and say, hey, this fat man, this fat white man, and, deliver some damn presents when I know I work my ass off. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I would never take it. So, and that's just, nothing against whoever believe in it. But I'm just saying, I can't, ask my kids to be truthful and honest to me, right, and to the people they love, with me lying to them, even on the smallest level. So I gotta constantly always be honest with them. So I start with honesty. You know what I'm saying? I always start with honesty. So me just being honest with my kids, they know that when I say something, I mean it. If I don't say it, or I'll tell them like I need to research that, or we need to look it up, or you know what I'm saying? With that being said, there's a trust in everything that I say. You know what I mean? So if I tell them like, yo, that rapper ain't about that, they gonna know like that rapper ain't about that. You feel what I'm saying? If I say, yo, that rapper make good music, you need to listen to this person, they're gonna say, okay. Yeah, I'm saying if my dad telling me, then I know. And that's us speaking life, right? And that's that trust that a lot of us never truly had, because we never really had fathers in our life. But I just said, I just want to build that bridge and communication of honesty. So one of my favorite rappers of all time, Kanye West, you know what I'm saying? It's no secret. Made a song for him called Hear Ye, Hear Ye. I feel like he's definitely misunderstood. Obviously, he could say, a lot of polarizing things, but I also feel like 95% of the things that he say is coming from a good place. He truly want to enlighten people. So because I love Kanye, it's only natural my boys walk around, singing Kanye and messing with Kanye too.
Yeah. What will be your message for a young kid starting, want to go in the music industry, but don't know how to fully, start, maybe not even know how to get, a producer or get a beat, or might not even know which lane he want to get in? What would be your thoughts, and what would you say to him?
First and foremost, be honest with yourself. You feel me? Any producer, any manager, any other artist, anybody that take music seriously, they do not want to waste their damn time. You feel what I'm saying? Do not waste nobody time. Music is something I love. It's a passion for me. So when somebody wastes my time, I don't take that lightly. You know what I mean? So first I'm going to say, sit with yourself, be honest about what it is that you want, and you need to go full force. I'm talking about don't half-ass it. Don't care what nobody say. Do whatever you need to do to be successful in that. Once you made up your mind, right? Like, yo, this is what I'm going to do, then you need to seek out like-minded individuals, and you need to seek out some sort of OG, somebody that know the game. It could be a DJ, it could be an engineer, it could be an artist, it could be anybody, but you got to seek out somebody that's already on that path that can, help you walk that path and show you the ropes and possibly take you under their wings, and then give you the game, but you have to sit with yourself first, be honest with yourself. Don't waste your time. You know what I mean? Like you can't run a race half-ass. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to give it all you got if you truly want to come in first place. And that's how I live life. I live life like, yo, I need to go hard. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. That's why I haven't came out with music in like 2 years, because I could have dropped singles and did all type of things. I got, I'm working on my clothing line right now, DVGU. And I could have been dropped it. I could have been just prematurely dropped it, but I want to make sure I do it the correct way. I've been seeking out a lot of OGs, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people that have the knowledge, of fashion and knowledge, of marketing and things like that, to where when I do drop it, I'm giving myself a real fighting chance. So first and foremost, sit with yourself. Secondly, after you sit with yourself, that's what you want to do, seek out somebody that will help you mature in whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah, and transitioning, like leaving Toledo, going after your dreams. A lot of people get stuck in Toledo. I love Toledo with all my heart, but with me leaving, when I first came down here to Georgia, I was just like, man, it is like a lot of opportunity. It is like a lot of things to do. Like I left and now I'm seeing it, but it's some people that stuck that want to do. They're going back and forth. What would be your thoughts, and what would you say to that person to give them motivation to go after your dreams, even if it costs leaving Toledo? Because, like you said, good things happen to us from Toledo because people can see we hard worker. People know they different. They ain't from around here. So, we got that swag and we got that extra grit where we go hard at. What would you say to them to give them a thought to know you need to take that opportunity if it's presented, or if you got the opportunity to?
Man, I'm a simplify it and take it back. Just think about, a child. A child learns how to crawl, right? That's a scary event for them. We don't know this, but we could see that that's a scary event. When they learn how to walk, that's a scary event. You could see it in a lot of the kids' face. When you take that leap of faith, it's going to be scary. But anything that's worth having, you're going to have to chase. You're going to have to truly give it all you got. With that being said, you're going to have to take that first step in the direction of your success. If you don't take that step, then you will never achieve nothing. You know what I'm saying? You will never have nothing worth having, right? You will never have that greatness that in your mind and in your heart, you know that you should have and attain. So for me, I would say, get the hell out Toledo, go wherever you feel your heart is telling you to go, and
Yeah.
make sure that you have an open mind and an open heart, and you just go full force. People will believe in you as much as you believe in yourself. So when I came out here, shout out to Young G, shout out to my bro Buciano. Shout out to Buciano. He with Death Row, man. Just dropped a hella nice album. Make sure that he just dropped a video with Wiz Khalifa, man. So dope. So shout out to him. Shout out to Black Fog. All of these cats, these are cats, man, that live in that's from San Diego. When I came out here, I took that leap of faith. And I just put myself out there. I said, yo, whatever I can get, I'm gonna get. I'm gonna start from the ground up. I knew in Toledo I had earned a little bit of status, but I know in another city that didn't mean nothing. So I came out here. I said, let me get on the grind. So I got out here. I started, talking to everybody, networking, doing whatever. And lo and behold, I networked with some great guys, man, and they put me in some great positions. I got a shout out to Black Fog, put me on a song with Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? Love him for that. Shout out to Buciano, man, putting my music in Wiz Khalifa ears. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Young G, man, putting me on with Doggy Style and Snoop Dogg. So, man, listen, man, for me, if I would have made that leap, if I would have said, you know what, let me go, you know what I'm saying, and try, at least give it my all, because what's the worst that could happen? I go back to Toledo, back to the same thing that I was doing. That's always going to be there. You know what I'm saying? Friends, work, jobs, all that stuff is still going to be there. What's not going to be there is the opportunity for you. So sometimes you got to put yourself out there, and you never know what's going to happen. 9 times out of 10, you're going to do something great if you truly want it.
Yeah, and a lot of the time, like a lot of people, friends is pulling them back because they see the potential in them that the other person might not even see that for themselves. You grew up with a lot of people, y'all was tight. Y'all grew up from little to high school, and you were able to see, like, man, I'm different. It's nothing against you. You still my bro. Like you said, you keep in contact with everybody. Everybody that's your friend, you not gonna be able to lose them. Even if you leave, you always can come back. You always can reach out, but you still can make a better life for you, your child, or whatever you trying to do. What would you say to people who on the gang life, in the streets, and being that it's being violent, no matter where you from, Toledo or anywhere, it's getting crazy out here with all the gun violence and all like that. What would you say to a young child that's 1 foot in the streets and 1 foot out, but really just trying to keep up with the Joneses, but that's not really him, but he's around people and is influenced by it? What would your thoughts be to that?
Man, first I would tell them, first I would say that you have to choose. You have to make a choice. And that choice have to either be for you, your future, your kids, your family and everything, or that future is for people that probably wouldn't go to jail for you, wouldn't give 2 shits about you, right? If given the chance. So for me, I would say you have to choose yourself. If you want anything of value, first and foremost, you have to choose yourself. Once you choose yourself, then it's going to be a lot easier to choose all of the right things because you are more self-aware. You know what I mean? You start to sit with yourself a little more. So, man, get out the streets. Ain't nothing there for you. You know what I mean? Too many of our young black men, young black boys are dying. Too many of our little girls is dying now, you know what I mean? And resorting to a lifestyle that we know that they shouldn't be in. So for me, I would say definitely you are strong. If you're a strong male, most of them believe that they're strong because they're in the streets and they're doing all these things. But I would challenge them, and I would say strength is not in following everybody. Strength is having the courage to do what's different and be different and do what's right, even when everybody else is telling you to do something different. So leave the streets alone. Streets gonna be there. And far as your homies, if they your homie, they gonna back you no matter what. Like your niggas gonna be your niggas. They ain't gonna never feel like no type of way. They gonna do what they can, just like you should be doing what you can for them. And if shit pop off, they know that they good forever. So with that being said, man, choose yourself, choose your family, choose life, right? Choose greatness, right? Don't be what this system is wanting you to be. You know what I mean? What they kind of forced our ancestors to be. And I know that this life, we didn't make it. You know what I mean? We was given it. And so we have to truly try hard to make the best decisions we can so we can break the cycles, you know what I mean? And if not, then you're just gonna be another statistic. Your kids gonna be fatherless, and I hate to see that even happen. So they just got to choose themselves, choose positivity, and choose growth.
Yeah, and I like to see like people like yourself. It's people that came from hoods where people was getting the real bag, dope boys, and they was being around it, being enticing. They could have easily took and went that road, but they changed and they went and made something for themselves. And what they got is way more money. Is worth more than money, I should say, because they got a better life, a better opportunity, a better family, and just a fresher breath there because them people might have ran their money up and got some money that time. Now they in jail, now they back out. So like you said, it's a repeated cycle. But when you change your circumstance, when you change your environment, and you have a strong mind and say, "I'm gonna do this for me," and not try to do what other people do, you see you successful. You see like you entrepreneur, schooling, father, music. Got your own brand. Your brand, so you can walk around with your brand. People see you and see just like I done seen plenty of stuff you done came out with. I'm like, dang, that's hard. Especially the white piece you have with the red heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. I appreciate that.
That's your stuff. That ain't Nike. That ain't Gucci. That's your stuff. So now
Right.
you brand. So you that's way much more than hood fame because that's all we
Yeah.
get. All that they doing, man.
100%, man. No, it's. I feel like when you get to a point as an artist where you know that you are more than just an artist. You are a message, right?
Yeah.
You are the symbol of something. You stand for something. That's when you start to learn that your brand, you have became a brand, and that can go further, right? And that'll last longer than a song. So that's why I started building my brand. And right now I haven't came out with music in 2 years, but right now I sell out merch every time I drop it. My last drop was crew necks with my these is my Butter Love crew. Well, this is a hoodie, but I had crew necks with the same thing on it, and I had got 300 made. Went out on a limb, didn't know I was gonna wait till I released music and then really put it out there, but a couple of girls wanted one. I kind of put a few out there to see what they like, so more people start hitting me up. And then before you know it, man, the website, that was it. I didn't have no more. I had to completely take down. Like I never did it, but once I did it, I'm like, yo, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I said, yo, I'm focusing more on my brand now. So yeah. But with that being said, man, when you come from the hood, you don't have a lot of good examples. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where you from. Don't get it twisted. Much love to all my niggas in the hood getting their money. Much love to all of my girls out there. Everybody, I don't care who you are, booster. I don't care what the fuck you doing to get your money. Get your money, big boo. I ain't down, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking down on anybody. But we do understand that this lifestyle that we have and everything in our culture a lot of times come from slavery, and it comes from the scraps that we've been given. So we are aware that a lot of the things that we do is not positive and it's kind of toxic. But with that being said, man, listen, when it comes to music, when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to sports, everything that we do, man, we are natural at this. You know what I mean? So just find something you love and go 100% at it. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, outside of that, yeah, definitely the brand. Definitely the brand is there, man. It's there.
Yeah, man. So just we appreciate you for stopping by, man, and chatting with us, man. You continue to do what you're doing, excelling in your music, excelling in being a positive role model, a father, breaking generational curses and bringing generational wealth to your family and being able to be a positive role model that they can see, that they can be able to talk to, and you can be a positive representative for where you at, for the people even down there that see you. Because I know a lot of people you look up to you, and I know a lot of people follow you. So you got to be careful what you doing too, because they looking and seeing what you doing. You never know.
100%.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, that's 100%, man. So I'm always being conscious, you know what I'm saying? And just, I know we about to, cap it off, but I want to make sure people know, man, listen, whatever you want to do in life, do it.
yeah.
Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. 2.5 months ago, I saw a post by Julius Darrington. Shout out to him doing this thing, big bro.
Dude,
Mario as well, man. They
yeah.
doing their thing, man. They was doing the vegan and fresh fruits, and so I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And it's been an uphill battle, but it's been 2.5 months, man. I've been vegan for 2.5 months, man. It's been great. Lost 35 pounds, still going in the gym. Um, Mental clarity, physically, I feel great. So everybody, first of all, man, get your health in order, man. You can't do nothing without your health in order. Once you get that in order, the clarity and focus is gonna come. Once you got clarity and focus, you're gonna become more self-aware. Once you become more self-aware, the world is gonna open up to you, man. So many amazing things are gonna happen. So many amazing people gonna come into your life, and you just got to be ready for it.
What was the hardest thing for you to cut when you switched to the vegan style?
Oh man, listen. dairy. Why? Because I be, whenever I get fries, I need the cheese with it. You feel me? I need the cheese on my burger, right? I need my Alfredo, right? Whenever I go to Olive Garden, I'm dipping them breadsticks in Alfredo sauce, right? Dairy, cereal, right? So dairy was ice cream. Dairy was the hardest thing. Once I kicked dairy, which was probably the most important thing that I kicked was dairy. And then I'm gonna say the second thing was processed sugars. But yeah, man, once I got rid of those two, it was fairly easy, man. And I insulated myself with people that knew what I wanted. They knew I was on a mission, so they kind of helped me, man. And they was sending me different things, showing me vegan options and all of that. So I'm, thankful for them too. You feel me?
Hey, you gotta have a strong will and a strong mind to do that, because the smell, what you used to. If you're hungry, you can't just say, "Well, forget this." You got to stick to it. So, I commend you, brother. I've been seeing your journey. I didn't know if you was gonna bring it up or not, but I've been seeing
Yeah.
the journey you're doing. So it's great that you still at it, because I mean, hey, if you doing it and that's what you want to do, you got to stick to it.
You have to, man. And my boys is watching. You know what I mean? My kids is watching. You feel me? So I'm not just doing it for me. I'm doing it for whoever's watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do it for the likes. I do it for the views. So whoever see it, if it motivates them, then go ahead. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate you having me, man. It's, I know we've been kind of, what I'm saying, cat and mouse, man. I'm busy, you busy, man. But I love the show, man. I love what you're doing, man. I love the people you have on, man. I hope, continue it, man. Stay strong,
I'm
King. And
I'm gonna do a vegan segment. I'm gonna bring you back on. I'm talking to a couple friends that's been doing it strong, and they sticking to it too. So I'll bring you back on. We had that segment as well.
Yeah, hey, man, listen, it's a lifestyle, and it's a lot easier once you what I'm saying, once you on it like 30 days, man, it does get easier. A lot of people think like, man, I can't do it. Them ribs is calling me, G. I'm you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be looking around like these burgers, you know what I'm saying? Like the tacos, all of that. But man, when you understand that everything around you is meant to, hold you back, you start to open yourself up when you start to live a different way. You know what I'm saying? And you start to say, you know what? Let me start putting organic things in let me start being conscious about what I put in my body, right? Let me do a little research about what they put in this. Let me start reading labels. That right there in itself is already putting you in a better place, you know what I'm saying? Intellectually. So with that being said, it's a journey, but it opens up a lot more than just, you being healthier. You feel me?
What was the watermelon challenge everybody was doing? Was that dude from Toledo or something that did the watermelon challenge? He was eating watermelon like that?
Yeah, I seen him, man. My first time seeing him, man, was on TikTok, man. Shout out to him, man. I love that. I love that, you know what I'm saying? Because I know he in Toledo, and I know he in an environment where people is questioning, his method. And I like that he's challenging people, man. He's challenging the status quo. Instead of going to get a burger, man, let's do this watermelon challenge. And I'm gonna be honest, just to give you a little info, a little bit of information that I've received is watermelon is some of the best water that you can take, the best fluid that you can intake, because water is actual water that you drink that come out the faucet or whatever, that the bottled water, that's H2O. I believe the water that's in a watermelon, they say is H3O2 or something like that, right? So because that, and the only other place that H3O2 is found is in your blood. So you're basically speaking the same language as your body when you're putting watermelon in there. Same thing. So any type of juice or water that comes from vegetables and fruits, that's really what you're supposed to be consuming. Actually, you cut back on actual water. And if you do drink water, it should be spring water, right? It should be something spring, right? You don't want to intake something that's been filtered too much. So, you want something that's naturally filtered. So spring waters, and I know that the pH levels is probably like 7, it's not 9.5 alkaline, but I believe that that's the best way to go about it. You know what I mean? You just don't want to go below 7. But with that being said, man, definitely consume your, your fruits, your vegetables. Shout out to my guy that did the watermelon challenge. And I haven't done that yet, even though I consume a lot of watermelon. I keep watermelon in my refrigerator now. So I eat it every day for lunch. You know what I mean?
Ziploc bags full of fruit, I seen.
Yep, Ziploc bag full of fruit every day. You feel me? So anytime I go to work, I got the Ziploc bag full of fruit. I got my apple, my oranges, man, my pineapples. I'll be posting it sometimes. Sometimes I don't. But I've been eating different type of nuts. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's pecans, walnuts. I'm starting to really get into that as well, because I really want to start to get my protein on, because I'm working out now with the vegan. This is my first time working out this week with the vegan, and I feel good. I feel like I'm getting my strength back too.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
man. Keep thing, man.
man, good looking, Dan Juan, man. I really do appreciate it, man. You've always, you know, gave me a lot of, words of wisdom. You've always, hit me up and you've always been positive, man. Just continue to be that strong black man king and
Yeah,
continue to be who you need to be, man. And everything is gonna work itself out, G.
yeah. Appreciate you, man.
No problem, bro.
Till next time.
Oh yeah, we got it. Deuce.
Yeah.